The Street Fighter 6 Year 4 patch just came out, and I'm going to give you a really quick overview. I just got to say, I'm not super happy with this patch. I'll tell you the reason why I don't like it. Because I feel like the overall balance philosophy of this patch was that Capcom decided to kind of buff the weaknesses of a lot of characters and then kind of give like random buffs to already strong things. So I don't like that balance philosophy. If you like that, that's fine. This doesn't mean what I say is right. This is just my quick overall feel. There are no system changes. They buffed Modern across the board, giving them access to more specials through different inputs. Right off the bat, real nerfs, characters that actually got nerfed. Biggest one is going to be Ed yet again. But this time, even though we've said so many times that Ed got nerfs, but he ended up being top tier, this one I think he actually really will fall in the tier list. His regular Snatcher, the charged one, not the OD one, but the regular one, it barely pulls the opponent in on block anymore. That's a huge nerf for him. I think this character actually is going to fall on the tier list. And they also added a lot of scaling to his OD punches, the quarter circle back punch. So his level 2 roots kind of got shot. Okay, other characters that actually got real nerfs, I'm going to say Sagat. Not nearly as bad as Ed. I actually want to put Ed in his own tier. That's how bad I think it is. Sagat got real nerfs. What happened with Sagat is they took his crouching medium kick and they added more pushback on blocks. If you guys don't know, Sagat used to get really good pressure off of stuff like crouching medium punch, DRC on block, and then you could set up true strike, throw, shimmy mix with his crouching medium kick, and you also couldn't DPOS it. It was a real mix. That got killed. You can't do that anymore. He's outside of throw range. He can clip you for trying to walk backwards out of his pressure with crouching light kick, standing light punch into like Nexus or something, but it's still nowhere as strong as it was before. So Sagat actually got some real nerfs, and they added 15% damage scaling on his crouching medium punch. So his overall damage got nerfed across the board. So Sagat actually got some real nerfs. I think he's still a good character, just not as incredibly oppressive as before, especially with that crouching medium kick nerf. In my opinion, the crouching medium kick nerf is way more impactful on Sagat than the damage scaling on the crouching medium punch. Also, real nerfs, Finally, something a lot of people are asking for. This is what I've been asking for. Level 1 is no longer strike invulnerable. So if you try to hit her with like a meaty crouching medium punch or something and she does level 1, she will lose. They also made standing medium punch more whiff punishable. Added more recovery to it. That's really good. Changed the hurt box on it. Really good change there. And then I also believe they changed the way her OD, like the quarter circle back 2 punches works. She can't do her regular B&B mid-screen with going into OD punches into her level 1. But I do think Mai is still a really good character, just less brain dead than before. Next, JP, I'm not quite sure where to go with this. I want to say slap on the wrist, but he's also kind of like at the bottom of real nerfs. I'm going to try to make this row tiered. So JP, the biggest nerf he got 2 big nerfs. The small nerf that he got, which is kind of like a slap on the wrist, is they changed the proximity guard on his standing heavy punch. So now he can't, if he pushes standing heavy punch, it's easier for you to walk back out of range and make it whiff and whiff punish it. But standing hard punch is kind of a hard button to whiff punish anyways, so I don't know how impactful that's really going to be. However, they nerfed the advantage that he gets after a OD amnesia versus a meaty throw. So before he used to be +5, which means he got a guaranteed back throw into the corner. You could switch sides if he did OD amnesia against you for going for a meaty throw when you knock him down, like after a throw loop or after just like regular pressure. But now he's only +3 or sometimes +2, I believe. So that means he doesn't get a guaranteed back throw. He just gets to take his turn back after OD amnesia. So it's still a really strong move. He just doesn't get that guaranteed side switch. And that's why I'm going to put him into real nerf, because it actually does change the way JP players are going to have to approach their defense when they do something like amnesia in the corner. So that is a real nerf. He's still good though. Still good for sure. Blanka got I think Blanka got buffed overall actually. Blanka did get nerfed. They increased the recovery on his back heavy kick and they changed the way his forward heavy punch work. But they also made his electricity quarter circle back punch a projectile, which means he can now meaty characters that don't have reversals, like meterless reversals with the level 1, and he can meaty them safely with lightning. And if he does the charged version, it's actually plus. So that's big. And they also made standing medium punch 1 frame faster. So it's 9 frames instead of 10 now. Yeah, and they didn't touch level 2 stuff. So overall, I think Blanka kind of walked out of this with a buff. I'm not a Blanka player. I don't know exactly how impactful the forward heavy punch nerfs are going to be to him, as also the back medium kick nerfs. But I think probably overall he walked. For me, the fact that they didn't touch level 2 is a buff. So I think he's fine. Also, really quick, without getting into too much detail, Aki got buffed. She has easier ways to go into poison. Cammy got ridiculous buffs. I'm actually going to put Cammy into Lol Lamau even. It's crazy. Her back medium punch is now +1, which means if she drive rushes into it, she's +5. She gets true strike throw shimmy, so she's kind of like Sagat Diet Coke version. Her really, really strong. OD spin knuckle is now +3 on block, but it leaves you outside of throw range, so not super crazy, but it does give her an easy way in. But if you get the cross up version, it's still -2s. But yeah, Cammy's got some stuff now. Oh, also she gets better mid-screen combos now. She can do her most optimal combo into the charge DP, and everything comes out faster if you do the charge move. So there you go. Chun Li got some buffs, but like, I don't know, I think it's whatever. She's +1 on her overhead from stance now. She got some quality of life stuff. She can cancel her stance by tapping up. I don't think the stuff that's giving this character a hard time, like her level 2 dropping and stuff like that, I don't think it's really going to make a difference. So I'm going to say Chun Li's kind of whatever, you know. Deejay got buffed. Deejay definitely got buffed. He can change the trajectory on his jump arc, on his command jump, the charge into light. They gave him better pressure on light. They gave him +52 on his OD punches. OD sway into the overhead is now throw invulnerable. This character got buffed in really silly, stupid ways. But I don't think any of the buffs he got are actually going to help him in his bad matchups. So we'll see what actually happens. Like on paper, he got buffed, but in terms of like actual tournament results and stuff, I don't really know what's going to happen. But for the most part, he got buffed. Dhalsim got really big buffs. He can now, this is one of the most changed characters in the game. So I'm actually going to put him above Cammy. Dhalsim's buffs are impactful. I don't play Dhalsim, and I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about this character. But now, the only thing you guys do need to know, which is huge, he can have 2 fireballs on screen if he uses the OD fireball. So his zoning and everything completely changes. Much stronger. We'll see how that impacts him, but he's going to be a different character to fight. He has way more options now, so I'm going to put him in Lamau even tier. E.Honda also got buffed. His forward heavy kick, the low step kick, it actually sends them flying on punish counter, so he can do silly things like medium headbutt after dash forward, and then he's plus. But yeah, they nerfed his standing medium punch, more recovery, easier to whiff punish, but overall, this character, I think he's actually pretty decent, at least up until before, like top 16 at a world tournament level. I think he's a good, annoying character, and I think he got even stronger after this. So overall, I think he got buffed. Elena's kind of whatever. Her crouching medium kick is only -1 now. So if you do drive rush, crouching medium kick, it's actually +1 on block as opposed to being 0 before. So now she can't get punished for doing crouching medium kick in neutral. She won't be -4 if she's in your face kind of thing. So that's kind of good, but like whatever. It didn't really change much about the character. Akuma, I think he got lightly buffed. But honestly, for the most part, it's kind of whatever. I think he gets better mid-screen damage because now he can combo into OD Tatsu even against crouching opponents, which is something he couldn't do before. But is that really gonna help him shoot up the tiers or anything? No, and there's also a bigger reason for that, and we'll get to that later. Guile got buffed, but Guile's also one of those characters kind of like Dhalsim, where he's gonna be fundamentally changed. So the big change with Guile is that his standing heavy kick is 1 frame faster. So now it's 12 frames instead of 13 frames, so now your boom loop's changed. So you gotta kind of like play with your boom loop timings, learn new routes, and then, you know, that's what it's gonna be. Also his crouching, he got some quality of life stuff, like he can combo off of his crouching medium punch better on counter hit, things like that. He got buffed, but he was already in a good spot before. He just kind of had a rough matchup spread, I think, but nothing actually changed about the character in terms of like matchups and stuff. They just kind of gave him more reward when he hits you, so I don't think it's gonna be a huge difference. We'll see what happens. Jamie got buffed a ton. Jamie got buffed a lot. More than Deejay. I don't know about more than Aki. I don't know about more than Blanka. This buff thing isn't tiered, by the way. It's not in order. It doesn't mean that they got more or less. His standing heavy kick got buffed. His OD palm got buffed. This character is buffed. I think he was pretty good coming into this. So Jamie players, you got to be real happy. Juri got buffed too, but I think her changes are whatever from what I remember reading from the patch notes. Again, these are my knee-jerk reactions just a couple of hours after the patch dropped. So I'm going to say Juri, whatever. Ken, whatever too. I don't think anything that this character was really struggling with before is going to help him. Crouching medium punch, he's now +5 on hit, which is good for Ken players. So with that crouching medium punch being +5, he can now combo into standing light kick into something. But again, I don't know. I don't think the stuff that Ken was really struggling with in like tournament level was really addressed with this patch. Run into step kick for like the heavy kick is faster and things like that, but I don't know. Kimberly, lol, Lamau even. They buffed her standing medium kick. Her teleport, she can now hold the button down, and instead of actually teleporting forward, she'll stay where she was when she teleports, so she gets callouts. And the biggest buff, she can now stock up to 3 cans, which is going to create some crazy set play and even dumber pressure. I think Capcom wants this character to win an event. They keep on buffing her, and they don't touch any of her dumb brain dead stuff, and that's it. Lily, whatever, I think. She can now do something with her light charge. So now she has a new follow-up to her light charge, where if you hold the button down on her windstock, she gets an attack. Before it was only a feint or only a charge, but now she can attack. So that's good, but I don't think it's going to have a huge difference on her play, really. Just gives her a little bit more stuff to play with. But it is a buff, but I don't think it's going to really affect her too much. Luke got buffs for sure. His crouching medium punch is 3-frame active. Standing medium punch is better. He can go into super. He can do more damage off of his combos. They gave him more ways to route into DP, mid-screen combos, and then also they gave him ways. What did they do? They increased the range slightly on his light punch sandblast, his fireball. So that's really good. So I think Ryu is looking. So I think Luke is looking much better this patch. But we'll actually see how it ends up affecting him. But I do think those changes will help him become better in the actual overall, tier placement of this game. Again, I could be wrong. Manon got buffs too. Crouching medium kick, standing medium kick's a much better move. She got new ways to combo. They increased the invulnerability on her anti-fireball move, the spin. So I think Manon players are going to be happy, but I don't know if it's enough to really help her out a lot. I don't play Manon, so I don't know how impactful the anti-fireball invulnerability buff is going to be, but you have to ask a Manon player. But overall, I think she's in a better spot than she was before. Marisa got buffed crazy. Lol, Lamau even tier. The thing with Marisa is you could do this thing to punish kind of like bad Marisa players who are always mashing on her target combo, the medium punch. And what happens if you got popped out, or if you got hit in the air during the first medium punch, the second medium punch of the target combo would whiff, and then you could punish her. But now the second hit will always hit you even if you're in the air. It has like a different follow-up. So that's much stronger. She gets way better combos after charged forward heavy kick on punish counter. Does crazy damage. She can go into a ton of stuff. Marisa got buffed, and they also gave her big quality of life improvements in modern, as well as a better crouching hard punch for anti-air. So Marisa came out of this much better. She also got some other buffs too, but I'm not a Marisa player, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what those are, but trust me, she's significantly better now. Rashid, I think he got some changes, but I'm pretty sure it's whatever, although I will say for Rashid, I don't really know the character well enough to give you a full breakdown on this. He's kind of a specialist character, so I'm just going to think it's kind of whatever from what I saw, but I'll take that with a grain of salt, of course. Terry, I think Terry is in like lol tier. What they did with Terry is they nerfed his standing medium punch. Well, same as Mai and same as Honda. They nerfed the standing medium punch, which was an easy button to use. It was like a space trap. It was a frame trap. It was a spacing tool, a counter poke. It was everything. They nerfed that. But they gave buffs to a ton of stuff. So round wave, quarter circle forward, heavy punch. They increased the proximity guard. So now you can do tip range, crouching medium punch into quarter circle forward heavy punch, and if the opponent is walking back, they'll get clipped by it. They can't walk out. It'll stop them from walking back. Same with crouching medium kick, but at tip range, they can still walk out of it if they have fast walk speed like Akuma, but other characters, they're going to be locked in place. That's really strong. His quarter circle back light punch puts him +3 now, or that might only be the OD version. I might be misspeaking there, but that got stronger too. He got buffed there. He was strong before this patch. I don't think that standing medium punch nerf on the recovery is going to make it enough to drop him down in the tier list. And I think those buffs that he got more than covers that standing medium punch nerf, so he got really, really buffed, I think. M. Bison, he got buffed. They basically just buffed his damage. He can root better into with quarter circle back punches, so his back fist combination. You get some really silly mid-screen combos now, so if you have OD meter and you have a bomb on the opponent, you can do almost 7,000 damage with CA, starting with about 4 bars or 3.5 bars of drive meter. Which, they also buffed standing heavy punch. Standing heavy punch is now +5 on hit, so we can combo standing light punch from a successful regular hit standing heavy punch. That got buffed. But also at high level play, people are getting really good at perfect pairing standing heavy punch on reaction. So I think for like the mid-tier player, it's going to feel like a really huge buff, but I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact in high level. And at high level, damage wasn't this guy's issue. It's not like he needs more mid-screen damage. That wasn't what's holding him back. It's all the poor defensive options, the poor anti-airs. So I don't know if these buffs are actually going to be impactful at a tournament level, but for the average player, I think it's going to feel like a buff. Geef got buffed for sure. His stomp, the first hit of stomp, it's a low, so you can't walk back out of his pressure. They made it special cancelable, so not only is it hit confirmable, special cancelable, because it's special cancelable, it's also drive rush cancelable, even on block, so he gets better pressure from a low. So Zangief didn't really have scary lows before. Now he does. That's a buff for sure. They also gave him some quality of life stuff, like his double lariat. That's the one, double lariat, the one where he spins around. Thank you, chat, for getting that. Yeah, double lariat won't drop in combos anymore. If you hold forward, it'll always connect on the opponent from tip range, even if they're far. They used to drop sometimes, and Zangief players would have to be forced to spend OD meter to make sure their combo didn't drop. That's gone. It's going to be more consistent now, and according to the patch notes, it'll never drop. So that's a big buff for him. Sea Viper got buffed. Sea Viper is a strong character. She was strong before. She's going to be even better now. She's very technical. Not a lot of people play her, so I'm not going to like bore you with the details, but just know she got buffed in ways that are actually important for the character. Alex also got buffed. Law Lamau, even all you got to know, DDT is now Fireball invulnerable. He can go into stance, he sees you throw a fireball, do DDT, he gets amazing Oki off DDT mid-screen, does good damage. You cannot throw fireballs at him easily when he's in stance, because he's going to DDT your ass and you're going to be in trouble. More in trouble than his cousin, but this is old news. I don't know if we're going to keep that in the video. But yeah, back medium kick is more plus on block. Crouching medium kick is more plus on block and hit. You know, it's really good. They buffed his lows. They buffed a bunch of stuff. Better range on his heavy power bomb, which is the fastest one at 5 frames. Although from my testing, for most of the ranges where you would want to do heavy power bomb, it didn't seem like the buff made much of a difference. But I'm not an Alex main. I don't know. We'll figure that out as time goes on. But yeah, Alex is definitely better than before. That's for sure. But then again, remember, his poor defense didn't get changed. So the places where he struggled with on defense are still going to be pain points for this character. But he has a better job against... He can do a better job against fireball characters with that DDT, fireball and vulnerability, better plus on block normals, better medium kick, crouching medium kick. I think he's much better. Ingrid got buffed. I don't know if it's going to matter. I want to put Ingrid into whatever. She has better juggles. She has better options after her OD fireballs. Thing is with Ingrid... Sorry, they also buffed advantage on hit on standing medium kick and stuff like that. But I think she's the same. Like her big struggle point was the fact that her mediums were really stubby. And then also that her fireball had a ton of recovery. And a lot of characters could just reaction, like counter her fireballs. Like the Shotos like Ryu, Akuma, those guys, they can do Tatsu on reaction to beat it. Characters like Sea Viper can do Seismo on reaction. I don't think any of her pain points got addressed in this patch, so I think she's going to be the same. She can do more damage now, but damage was always her strong suit, so whatever. I don't think where she really needed to get changed. Didn't really happen. Okay, Yasmin, I don't know. She's new, but we've got one more character. Everyone's favorite Shoto, Ryu. We're going to add a row. All right, this tier is called the Y tier. Ryu might not actually be the most buff character in the game, but why? Like, Capcom buffed him again. Why would you buff this character? Like, I don't think Ryu... I want to phrase this in a way that makes sense. And it kind of makes me mad about the balance philosophy of this patch. They buffed characters that didn't need buffing. We have to look at the patch notes to kind of get this. Okay, we're going to load up Ryu in these patch notes right now. But before we do, I want you to think about some of Ryu's moves. And I'm trying to ask this in like a real honest way. What do you think Ryu really struggled with in this game? I'll tell you what I think he sometimes struggled with. Opponents walking backwards. Okay? But that's not bad. Because every character, I think, should have some form of weakness. If they don't have a weakness, then, you know, it's an uninteresting character. Right? I think it's important for characters to have some defined weaknesses or something they kind of struggle with, and then the way you kind of deal with that is kind of how you make the character yours and how you show your skill. Let's read this. So they made 2 big buffs. There's a third buff that I don't think is really going to make much of a difference, just knee-jerk day 1 reactions. But the 2 biggest buffs, they reduced the pushback on solar plexus, which is forward heavy punch. So, in case you guys don't know, if you're new, if you haven't been to Street Fighter 6 in a while, forward heavy punch. In the last patch, they nerfed the proximity guard, so they made it easier for you to walk back out of range. And I thought that was a really good change because it was really dumb before. But even if Ryu did solar plexus at point blank range, like right in front of you, forward heavy punch, and you blocked it, the opponent was always outside of throw range, and Ryu would have to take a step forward to get that throw. Now, of course, he could punish you for trying to walk backwards out of that throw range, but you could just do like a fuzzy jab, and that would stop him from walking forward. Then he would have to do delayed buttons to beat your fuzzy jab or go for frame traps. So there's a bit of a mind game there, and I thought it was good the way it was in the previous patch. But now, with this new change, if Ryu does a point blank solar plexus forward heavy punch, he is in throw range. He doesn't have to walk forward anymore, which means now the defender really just has to guess and commit to an option. And mid-screen, I'll tell you now, the option you should commit to is taking the throw because Ryu doesn't get great pressure mid-screen, even with drive rush after a throw. So that's the smartest thing. That's the least risky option for you. But it's just, I don't think it's a buff that he needed, really. But anyways, he got that. And then also, another thing that he got, which is really silly, is forward heavy kick. The one where he goes over lows and he does that thing, is hit confirmable into Tatsu. Even if you hit an opponent with the tip of his toe and you do Tatsu, previous to this patch, even if you dashed forward, you didn't get great Oki if you hit from the tip. Now, it reduced the horizontal blowback on ground to hit, so he's left much closer to you. Even if he hits you with the tip of his toe from forward heavy kick into Tatsu, if you dash forward, you're plus 11. You can do a Cammy style setup where you dash forward, hold forward to walk, and get a meaty throw against people who are waking up with 4 frames. Does he need it? I don't think so, but he has it. So that's Ryu. He might not be the most buffed character in the game, but just why? I don't know. Why? It feels to me like they just kind of nerfed the 4 characters that Japan has always said are the top tiers for the longest time, with the exception of Blanka, and for some reason Blanka really got away with it. And then, yeah, and then I just realized we don't even have a slap on the wrist tier. But I mean, it really doesn't make it doesn't really make a difference. It's whether you do this, whether you do this, do this, you know, any combination of this, things don't really change. So I don't know, man. JP's nerfs are probably the least impactful. Slap on the wrist. Well, these two probably got real nerfs. I think I'm kind of okay with that, although JP's amnesia nerf isn't really a slap on the wrist, but they could have touched other things in this kit, but they didn't. And they did buff his forward heavy kick to be more consistent in combos and stuff. But anyways, those are my thoughts. This isn't like a really super interesting video. I'm kind of doomer on this patch right now. I wasn't expecting things. So just in quick summary, I wasn't expecting this patch to really change the game on a fundamental level. That's not what I was expecting with this patch. I didn't have many expectations going in. But I didn't expect them to just basically buff everybody, especially their weak points, right? It just feels like a really uninteresting patch, and they didn't address the things that people have been asking for a long time, like Chun Li's level 2 becoming more consistent, or Tensho Kick's not dropping as much, or I don't know. It's just like an uninteresting patch in a really kind of lame way. For me, I don't know. Day 1, it might end up being really good. It might be completely wrong. I'm not saying what I'm saying is real. Maybe it ends up being fantastic. Maybe the tiers kind of squished down a bit. We don't know. We have to play it and see how it goes. But just my initial reaction, I don't understand why they went the direction they did. That's where I'm at. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Love to hear about it. Let me know. If I missed anything, if you disagree with me, let me know. But again, please remember these are my knee-jerk reactions, and I might be completely wrong. This is just how I feel the first day, or the first couple of hours after the patch. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to have a lot of content coming out for this game this week. I'm going to be trying out Yasmin the next couple of days, see how she is. She seems fun so far, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.